Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. Let's get into today's hit list. The Secretary General of the Namibia Football Association, Jochen Traut, has said they are in the process of finalizing payments to the national women's football team technical staff members who have not yet been paid. Moving on, Major League Rugby in the United States is one of the several professional leagues worldwide that features some of the Namibian contenders for the Rugby World Cup later this year. In the league's eastern province, the log leaders are the New England Free Jacks, who have won 10 of their 12 matches so far. The Free Jacks last weekend scored a runaway 50-3 win against the New Orleans Gold, which will probably not be among the favorite memories for Namibian scrum half Damian Stevens, who started the match for New Orleans. On the other hand, Namibian loose forward Ryan Conradi once again stamped his authority in the physical exchanges for the Free Jacks and scored a try in the second half from a planned line-out move. Commentators have given Conradi the nickname the Bold Cutter as we bring you some of the highlights of the match. Also, be on the lookout for Namibian centre Leroux Milan on the attack for Free Jacks.
The chance continue yet again. Slade McDowell briefly played with the Highlanders in Super Rugby. Conradi, the bolt cutter, looking to cut them loose. And now Wayne van der Beek takes a strong hit as he drives forward for New England.
Let it come.
Sanarevi waits, but McDowell is far to the left-hand side, turns it back. Potros over the top, spots Balakana. One-on-one, Balakana diving for the corner. The Free Jacks starting to celebrate. Try or no try. Potros able to get it away. Milan upfield. Leroux Milan yet again. What a lovely balanced runner he is. He beats 3 or 4, still going for the line, reaching over. Leroux Milan, 6'6". Yona, midfield, another big collision. JP Smith.
No, thank you.
JP Duplessis, in fact, a wide ball. Great bit of skills and a tap on from Fife, though. They ran out of real estate and they kept it in the field of play, but here comes Leroux Milan and Balakana with a kick. Poland is well positioned. JP, finds Balakana! Get out of town! The Free Jacks are on fire! In the morning for Bodine Waka when he arrived from Japan. Maybe he came from New Zealand. Who knows where he's been travelling. Sensational work in midfield. Wayne van der Beek, the ATM, deposits another one for the Free Jacks.
Down the short side. Nola applying the pressure, but Poland was gone. And then McDonald, he has been outstanding, slicing through. Perfectly weighted pass to Wilson.
Pass on the outside. Looking to step back in. Hildebrand goes to the big stepping feet of McDonald upfield, cutting loose to fullback. Look at him go. Reese McDonald cutting them to pieces. Reese's looking for support. They're over, but I still have to run around and every now and again get involved with some action. And here he is on the side as a little plan move down the short side. Conradi, the bolt cutter, is loose. And the new
line out. Great little move. The dummy, both sides crisscross. Oh, bamboozling this Nola defence. Back to Conradi. Cracking the seam.
Foster to Wood.
Hasn't touched. Step back, please.
Goes to the right-hand side. It's a little move. Vion Conradi comes in. The Namibian can't score. Hildebrand just short. McClay pulled in. Cole Keith with Davidowitz. Sporting a fresh perm. Still, it's the Free Jacks. 1 metre away. The local man, Cam Davidowitz, dives in. It is try number 8 and may bring up a dominant performance. 8 tries in all, and they step it out. The Free Jacks continue their undefeated run at home in the 2023 season. They pick up win number 10. They look confident.
Russell Hades-Giza Cook from Britain started his 15,000-kilometer journey through Africa 33 days ago at Cape Augulhas in South Africa. His aim is to reach Tunis, the most northern tip of Africa, just before Christmas. He completed 40 marathons in the past 33 days. Russell runs for his Project Africa. He will depart from the capital tomorrow morning, aiming for Angola. Here is an interview compiled by Tilman van Liel.
I'm a stone's throw south of the Euros Acre, here south of Windhoek. I'm waiting for Russell Cook, the Hades-Giza. He's running from Cape Augulhas in the southern Cape, the most southern tip of Africa, to Tunis, the most northern tip of Africa. He started his journey more or less 1,700 kilometers away, and he's currently about 12 kilos south of Windhoek. So Russell will end his journey today in Windhoek at the Euros airport, where we will have a nice interview with him. And here's he coming, Russell Hades-Giza, all the way from Cape Augulhas, more than 1,700 kilometers, I believe, a few kilometers in front of Windhoek. Good afternoon, Russ.
Good.
Go all the way. See you at the airport.
Yes.
Thanks, bro. Russell,
Yes.
My guess is that you have completed more or less 40 marathons in 33 days.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And the kilometers, 1,007 approximately?
Something like that, yeah.
And you're not too far from your destiny today.
No.
At the hotel. Are you going to run? Are you going to lead a run this afternoon? I understand that from
Yes.
from someone.
Yeah, so we're going to run to the airport now, and then I've got about 13 kilometers to run after that in the evening.
So you're going to do that
So we're
13
gonna
tonight.
Yeah.
And tomorrow morning you start from where?
From the point where we finished tonight, we
Oh,
start there
so
in the morning.
that will be on from the roadside or what?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, so you're not going to stay in town.
So
and-
we're gonna finish the run today, then go back to Windhoek, stay in Windhoek for the night, and then go
and
back
take
out there,
take
yeah.
up from there again.
Yeah.
This is not the first time. People, this is not the first time that the Hades-Giza has done this. He once ran from Asia to London.
Yes.
When was that?
So that was in 2019. That was a little bit different to this time because I didn't have any support crew then.
Yes.
So I just had this bag and a hammock and a sleeping bag, and I'd run a marathon and then find a couple of trees like those ones over there and just sleep for the night and then go again. And
Crashed for the night under the tree and
Yeah.
hoping that you
didn't get eaten by a wolf or something or a bear. Yeah.
Yeah. How many days did it take you? Like 66 or what?
66 days that was, yeah.
And how many kilometers was that?
That was about 3,000, I believe.
So Russell, you're going to prove a lot of people wrong.
Yes,
This
that's
crazy
the plan.
Englishman.
Yeah. The British were always a little bit crazy.
Yeah. Russell, thank you very much for your time.
No worries, guys.
Good luck
Pleasure.
with the rest of the road. There's another 15 countries
Yes.
left and the half of Namibia to the northern border with Angola.
I'm excited.
Any message for the Namibian people, because this is going on to TV today?
Yes, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the Namibians who've been so kind to us throughout our time here. You know, it's a credit to all of you. And you know, keep pushing on, guys. Keep putting that work in. You know, we're gonna make it happen.
Russell, the Hades-Giza, thank you very much. And
Nice.
God.
That was the Game Changers segment of the show. Now we head over to the Sharpshooter segment of the show right after the break. The Namibia Sports Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, officially launched the National Sports Jersey competition today at their head office, that is in Windhoek. The initiative is also part of the Nationhood and National Pride program. The competition will be in 3 phases, of which the first is a call for submission of design entries, open from the 24th of May to the 24th of June. The second phase is the adjudication process by a panel of industry experts and the announcement of 5 final chosen designs. The public will have the courtesy of voting for the final design. The third phase will be for procurement, involving an expression of interest, open bid for the manufacturing and supply of the National Supporters Sports Jersey. Franz Nketelifa, MICT Director of Print Media Affairs, and the Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muya also spoke at the event. Check out this footage from today's presser.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies, dear colleagues, my brother here to my left, and my team. To us as MICT, this is a milestone event because it started a long way. You know, when we drafted the national strategic plan framework for nationhood and national pride campaign, there are a lot of areas that we want various institutions to really pay their attention to in our effort to ensure that Namibia strive as a united, stable, at peace with itself as a nation. And we have committed ourselves to implement about 12 commitments as approved by Cabinet. And among those 12 commitments talks about social cohesion and also ensuring that we establish common value system for Namibia, who we are as a nation. And it is one of those 2 strategic areas that enabled us to reach out to the colleagues. And I must also say, last year in November, we had a very, very good platform in Swakopmund where various institutions came to report on progress made and also charting the way forward. So the sitting us here today is a culmination of some of those commitments that we set ourselves to achieve. Sport, like music, for example, sport is universal. It has got no boundaries, and it's a medium through which nations can interact and chart way forward as united families elsewhere in the world. And this is why we find that the Namibia Sports Commission is the best catalyst in ensuring that our message goes through, particularly to the young people. And that can only happen if we move as a united people, for which we can use sport as one of those platforms. So we are very happy, and we want to encourage our young people really to participate in this exercise. As MICT, we will encourage our partners, also making use of our regional offices, to ensure that this message, this competition, reaches the very last part of our communities. These are constituencies. We are strategically, spread over. And I think we have the ability, and the will and the capacity to be part of this initiative. Thank you very much, my brother Muya. Thank you very much, the strong team. I'm sure the best is yet to come. Thank you very much.
Very important partners in this great initiative. Believe me, we could not accomplish, or we cannot accomplish this project without your support. And we are very happy that today, as we are launching this competition of this Namibia National Supporters Jersey, you gave us a background of why and where it emanates from. Emanating from the Nationhood and Nation Pride National Implementation Plan 2020-2025, where you have got 12 commitments. And out of this 12 commitment is a commitment that is given to sport. And the director evaluated very well, where he's talked about social cohesion. And also at the same time for us to brand Namibia, because we know sport, as I always indicate many times, you cannot compare any industry in this world to sport. And many times we might undermine this industry, but believe me, it is the only industry that can bring social cohesion to any given nation. You can have a nation at war, but once team is playing the game, or everybody, whether you come from various political parties, you come and unite together as one, and you forget about your differences until such time, because you are as one country. Therefore today, it is a very specific day that we are launching a competition of this national supporters jersey, which is one of the commitments that we have to do at the Sports Commission to support our Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology. Bear in mind that we are not launching the t-shirt today. The t-shirt will be launched by our political leaders. In this particular sense, might be the minister, but here we are just doing the introduction for people to know what's happening. It is history in making that we have, as a country, there's a need for us to have a national supporters jersey, whereby through this national supporters jersey, which Mr. Chalo China is going to try to explain it in short, it is going to become a tool or an attire that every supporter, whenever we go for football, we go for rugby, for hockey, for boxing, for karate, for badminton, any type of sport in this country can be called even equestrian. And Namibia as a nation, they're playing at the national level. We want to become one, that we go out there and the whole stadium will be full of blue. Imagine, that is immediately a plus.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss her every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Well, if you are watching this show and you're a rugby fan, you should know by now that Namibia is headed to France for the Rugby World Cup. So make sure you keep an eye on all our platforms and enter for that competition and stand a chance to win a ticket to head to France for the Rugby World Cup. Now, of course, we are headed over now to the Globetrotters segment of today's show. That, of course, is international news, international sports news, that is with Ari Hochad. That will then conclude today's show, but we will be back again tomorrow, same place, same time.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news and starting off with cricket news first. It's the IPL, the Indian Premier League, and it was qualifier 1 that was done. It's the first two teams on the points log that played the first qualifier. The winner goes straight into the final, and the winner of that game is the Chennai Super Kings. They beat the Gujarat Titans by 15 runs, so the Chennai Super Kings will be in the final of the IPL this year. There's a second qualifier taking place, that is the teams that ended 3rd and 4th. That's the Lucknow Super Giants that will play against the Mumbai Indians. The winner of that game will play against the Gujarat Titans. They have another go at a final place, and the winner of that game will play against the Chennai Super Kings in the final of the IPL 2023. What happened in the first qualifier was that Chennai Super Kings scored 172 for the loss of 7 runs, and then the Gujarat Titans replied with 157 all out. Continuing international sports news with cycling news, it's the Giro d'Italia that continues. It's been many stages. It was stage 16 that is done. They're going all the way to stage 21 that will finish over the weekend. What happened in stage 16, it was a significant stage, lots of climbs, more than 200 kilometers in total distance, and it was the 3 best riders, the leaders, that was also the leading cyclist when they came into the finish line on stage 16 finish. In the sprint, it was João Almeida that won. He's from Portugal. He won a sprint against Gareth Thomas of Great Britain, and in 3rd position in stage 16, Primož Roglič. He was 25 seconds behind the first 2. Significant though is that Gareth Thomas now is the general classifications leader again. He's leading against João Almeida of Portugal with 18 seconds, and it is Primož Roglič that's further down. He is 29 seconds in 3rd position. The total combined time at this moment for the general classifications is Gareth Thomas with 67 hours, 32 minutes and 35 seconds. And it will be stage 17. That is more of a descent. It will not be as many hills. It will be definitely a stage for the sprinters. It's going to be 197 kilometers. That is stage 17. Now we continue with Formula 1 racing news with the Monaco Grand Prix this coming weekend, and it is Honda that announced that they will return to Formula 1 in a formal capacity as from 2026. At the moment, they do supply the engines for the Red Bull cars, the Red Bull Honda team driven by Max Verstappen, and but it was already in 2021 that they decided that they will not be officially involved, and it is good news because from 2026 they will supply the engine for Aston Martin. So that's big news coming in. At the moment, it is Aston Martin that have mostly Mercedes-Benz power units. So as from 2026, Aston Martin will be powered by the Honda engine. Currently, it is Fernando Alonso that's doing well for Aston Martin. They have a great season. He's 3rd on the official points list at the moment, and he will be one of the favorites also at Monaco over the weekend. Qualifying will be very important for the Monaco Grand Prix, very tough to overtake in Monaco in the street circuit, and the qualifying will be on Saturday. The big favorite obviously will be the Red Bull Hondas again. It's Max Verstappen that will be the racer to beat on Sunday. Closing off today's international sports news with golf news, and it is the US Open will be the next major on the men's calendar. That will be the 15th to the 18th of June. That will be in Los Angeles in the United States of America. News coming in from the United States or from the US Open is that Tiger Woods, the 15-time major winner, announced that he would not be able to play in this year's Open. He had a fusion surgery on his ankle quite recently. That was from a car crash that he had last year. So at the Masters this year, he battled to walk and he needed another surgery. So he won't be able to play in the Open. Good news though for Sergio Garcia. He is currently playing on the Live Golf Breakaway League, and he wasn't invited to play at the US Open, but he went to the qualifying, and it was 120 players that played for 8 positions in the US Open, and Sergio Garcia was one of them. He finished in the top 8, and he will indeed this year tee off at the US Open starting on the 15th of June in Los Angeles. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.